Hey, one sec. Yep, that's the stuff. Hey, YouTube people, thanks again for checking out my videos. Now, if you saw the last video I did, it was an album review by Peter Sinfield. If you don't know who that is, he is a songwriter, but most notably, he was the original, one of the founding members of one of my all-time favorite bands, King Crimson, and was the original lyricist for the first 4 albums. And I did say in that video that the next project I was going to be doing was King Crimson's Quadrology, the first 4 King Crimson albums with Peter Sinfield. I'm still going to do that. I'm just not quite ready. I've got to get everything prepared and everything ready. And I just want to do it properly. So in between that, I really wanted to do an album review by a band I really like, who has a songwriter who I'm just so in awe of some of his songwriting. He's a legendary punk rock guitar player and a very, very excellent guitar player, and in my opinion, an amazing songwriter and great singer. And I looked and didn't see one album review by this group on YouTube. So I'm taking a little kind of time in between the King Crimson and the Peter Sinfield album reviews, just so I can get ready, but yet I really wanted to do another album review. And just went and listened to this a couple times again to give a thorough review. And the album that I'm going to be doing and the band I'm going to be doing is this right here. This is Sugar. This is their second release. It's an EP called Beaster. And Beaster, what this was outtakes from the first album, Copper Blue. These were the songs that didn't make the cut on Copper Blue. And this is a interesting EP. It's an interesting release. And as you can tell, the album cover is pretty disturbing. It's you can tell it's got a tangled rope on it with some blood. And this actual EP is actually kind of a disturbing listen. A lot of what this EP is about is loosely, basically, it's somewhat of a concept album based on dark spiritual imagery. You have themes of religion in here. And I'm just going to start off with the songs. Oh, I forgot to mention Bob Mould was the guy I was talking about. Bob Mould is the guitarist who most people know him from Husker Du, another great rock band. After Husker Du split up in '87, he made a couple of solo albums. And then in '92, or '91, whenever, he formed Sugar, which was a short-lived rock group. Kind of a poppy rock group. I don't want to say alternative rock because I hate that term. But this is their second EP. This came out right, let's see. And it came out a year after Copper Blue came out. And I'm going to go through the album and song by song. The first song is called Come Around, which starts off with like kind of like an acoustic guitar part, and then the drums kick in and it's got like this kind of electrical distorted guitar part. And there's not very many lyrics on this song. It's just like basically one line that Bob Mould sings over and over, but it's a really great intro. And this is actually one of the standout songs on the album. This is a really good one. I like Come Around quite a bit. It's a good opener, and it fits the mood pretty well. And after that, we go on to the hit from this album. There was actually a music video made, and you can find this on YouTube. That's where I've seen it. It's the song's called Tilted, and there was a music video made for it. And Tilted's a real, like, kind of a very energetic hard rock song. Upbeat. It's basically a mosh song. You could mosh to this in the concerts, actually. And not to get off track, but Bob Mould was actually just here, and he played with his band the Copper Blue album in its entirety. Didn't get to go see that, but I knew a guy that did and posted pictures on his Facebook and said it was an amazing show. But so I don't get off track again, I'm going back to the CD. Tilted, I'm not really, I haven't really analyzed the song completely, but it seems to be about some kind of desperation or going through something, some kind of desperation with this song. And it does have some religious themes to it. And so Tilted is a really good one. I really like this one a lot. And if you preview the song on YouTube, if you watch the music video, which I highly recommend you do, you'll get a good idea with how some of the EP is. Judas Cradle is number 3, and this is actually, if you don't know what a Judas Cradle is, it is actually a torture device that was used by the Spanish Inquisition, and I'm not going to go into what it actually, how it was used, but this song is this one's one of the weaker songs on the album. I don't really care for this one too much. It goes on for a little too long, and it gets repetitive for me. Judas Cradle is okay. I really don't. This is when the album kind of has a bump in the road, if you will. But it's okay. It's just a little too long for me, and it just doesn't hit me. I'm not going to go off and say this is a terrible song, but it just doesn't hit me. Big Flats, in case you were curious what I was drinking. You ought to get this stuff if you have a Walgreens. It's only 3 1/4. Sorry. Okay. JC Auto. This song freaking rocks. This is a song. I was analyzing the lyrics because this is probably the most interesting song on here, and this was a live staple for them. There's some live recordings of this song when they were on tour in the 90s. This is short for Jesus Christ Autobiography, and when I was reading the lyrics in this, it definitely felt like he was singing through as if he was Jesus Christ himself, as what he would be thinking when there was the Bible and him being born on a holiday. Of course, the holiday became his birthday, Christmas, as we all know. And I think of this song as written from the mind of the Lord, as if Bob Mould was trying to put himself in Jesus' shoes, if you will, or whatever. But this one's actually a great staple. I say this is a great song from the album, and it's got that chorus that's really just fist pumping, if you will, like head banging, mosh, whatever. It's real. I mean, I'm gonna have to say it's catchy, but it's really it will hit you hard. I have to just go on and say that JC Auto is probably my favorite on this album. JC Auto is pretty good. Well, actually, it's amazing in my opinion. I should way over pretty good. And then song number 5 is Feeling Better. This one's pretty good. It's got like a pretty catchy, kind of memorable chorus line to it, and I like some of the delivery that he puts the melody that he puts his vocals into. I don't think this is nearly as good as songs like Tilted or Come Around, and of course the hit for me is JC Auto, but it's not a bad song. It's okay. And then the album ends with a really weird number. I hate it when I call songs numbers. I really do it. I do it anyway. Really weird song called Walking Away, which doesn't... This is definitely a bump in the road, as I was saying Judas Cradle was, but this is even more of one. This is basically just Bob Mould playing keyboards with like an organ setting on the keyboard. It sounds like he's playing this big, huge church organ, and he's just singing, and it's just, if you hear this, this song's probably on YouTube. Listen to it and think of it what you will. I don't like this song. It doesn't end the album very well. It's just so it's like a church, like funeral type sounding song, and it doesn't have the rock sound, the rockiness of most of the album. This is definitely it's a pretty let's see. It's a heavy album. This is definitely Sugar at their heaviest that they've ever been. This just is. I know I could kind of see where he was going with it by ending the album like this, but to me, it just doesn't work. I just don't really like Walking Away. I've listened to it, and it just, I don't feel it fits with the album. I think they should have ended it, if they had to end with a Miller one, like make it somewhat kind of rocky. But that's Beaster by Sugar, which is the second EP. The first EP, second release right after Copper Blue, the debut album. And for those of you watching this who have heard Copper Blue and are a Bob Mould fan, and if by any chance you haven't heard the Beaster EP, I definitely recommend it. But at the same time, I will say this is not, in all honesty, this is not really an easy CD to listen to. I mean, it grows on you after time, and there's some stuff on here I absolutely love. I mean, as I've said, I've ranted and raved about JC Otto, about how amazing that song is. Lyrically, it blows me away. Musically, they're on musically. It's spot on with the music, the musicianship, the technicality. But whereas, Copper Blue, you have some like nice pop rockers and some kind of more easy listening type songs. No surprise that their second album was called 500 Easy Listening. This one's got it has some kind of harsh moments, and is basically something you really got to listen to take in. I do like it though. I do like Beaster. I have all the Sugar releases, the 3 albums, and the EP. And I'm going to grade this now. I think a proper grade for Beaster. Really having to think about it, because it's definitely, it can be a challenging listen, but at the same time it's a very rewarding listen. I think I'll give it a B+. I think that's the best I can really give it. And you've really got to be kind of in the right mindset for this, or at least I do. There might be some Bob Mould fans watching this, which would be cool if they are, who will listen to this album and tell you this is the best thing that Sugar ever did, or maybe even the best thing Bob Mould ever did. This definitely has some great moments. This does have a lot to offer, but I'm going to have to give Beaster a B-. B-. Duh. Why did I say that? B-. That's too harsh. B+. I haven't even had that much to drink, and I can't even talk. I think I'll have another one. I think I'll drink to that. Now, the thing about this album, there's some other things I have to knock on it. The production on here is kind of muddy, I'd say. The production is kind of distorted. It's kind of muddy. It's got some dirt on it. And the problem that I have with this release is that the vocals are kind of drowned out. It sounds like when they recorded it and they mixed it, they put the Bob Mould's vocals on the same volume of the guitars. Like they sound like they're at the same level. And you can't understand, you can't make out what he's saying. Fortunately, there's lyrics in this CD. He's put lyrics to all the songs. Or whatever, but so I did read. I mean, the lyrics. Some of these lyrics are pretty not insane, but just really kind of thought provoking, if you will, and some are just really. I mean, to me, Jesus Christ Autobiography is a mind blowing song lyrically. I mean, I think that's one of his best achievements as a songwriter. But the production's a little shoddy for me. Having the guitar and And I've heard albums like that before, but whenever they do that, I really hate it. The vocals have to be layered really well done. They have to be on top, where you can hear everything. You can hear everything that's going on, but make sure the vocals stand out, because we want to know what they're talking about. We want to know. We don't want to have to look at the lyrics every time. We want to hear what he's saying, what people are saying. But that's my review of Beaster by Sugar. I want to mention, I just found this out tonight. I found this out before setting this review up. They've re-released and remastered all the Sugar, the whole. Well, I don't know about besides, but Copper Blue and Beaster. And possibly, I'm sure I haven't seen it, but 500 Easy Listening's probably remastered. But what they did, they made it like a double disc set. They've remastered it and put bonus songs on there, and then they put a DVD with it. There's like music videos, and there's one, I think it's Copper Blue, where they have the full-length live concert. And Beaster has some music videos. There's also some TV appearances on the Copper Blue one. But it's but you know, I found these Sugar CDs for you could find them for under like $3. Maybe you'll find it for $1 even if you have a half price books where you live, or if you have some place to sell used CDs. I mean, there's so much Sugar that was used for some reason. There's a lot of Bob Mould stuff that was used. I've gotten discounts on my Bob Mould collection. I don't really know what the deal is, but so many people were selling Sugar stuff. I mean, I've gotten like Copper Blue for like $1. I got this for like $3. 500 Easy Listening I got for a couple bucks. Besides, I think I got for $1. And I'm happy with those. That's all I need. I don't really feel I want to go rebuy it just for the bonus material with the B-sides and the DVD content. I mean, all that stuff I could probably watch on YouTube anyway. But if that's something you feel like you would rather have, is to get the full package, I mean, I would say go after that. You might like that. But if you just want the album and you want to not pay for a lot of money, you know, you could probably find these Sugar albums for about $3 or even less, you know. But that's my review for Beaster. Highly recommend it if you're a Bob Mould fan. If you're a Sugar fan, you probably have this in your collection. If you're a Bob Mould fan that only owns Copper Blue as a Sugar album, definitely pick this one up. These are all outtakes from the Copper Blue sessions, and I can really see why. They don't fit with the album at all. This is kind of a disturbing album, and it's kind of a harsh listen at first, but it is very rewarding. So definitely check this out. This is very, I'd say it's essential, but you probably want to get Copper Blue and 500 Easy Listening before you got this. You know, you gotta be ready for this one. But Beaster gets a B+. Let's say I think that's a pretty fair grade for it. B+. Yeah. That's my review for Sugar's Beaster, and I hope any Bob Mould fans watching this leave a comment, tell me what you thought of Beaster. Tell me what your opinions are of Sugar, and if you have not heard this album, or if you're not even familiar with this band, you can hear this album on YouTube. I know a few of the songs, especially Tilted. Look at the Tilted music video. Just check that out. You'll get a good idea for the rest of the feel of the album. And I know that Jesus Christ Autobiography is on there. I'm sure all these songs are on there, but I've seen most of them on there. But yeah, preview this album, and if you think it's worth shelling out $3 for, or if you want to go all out and get the DVD CD edition, I don't know how much those are going for, but you can Amazon those, and you might even find some of those used at a good price on Amazon. Alright, hope you enjoyed the review. I'm going to be out of here, and I've got quite a bit more of these to go, so have a good night, everyone. I'll see you later.